Everyone, welcome to another episode of the podcast Koon Rijjeil. So today I have a guest who needs no introduction, Stephanie Haddad. Stephanie, welcome to Koon Rijjeil.
Thank you for having me.
It's really like a pleasure to have you. I know, we've spoken a few times and we talk about the idea of a podcast and talking about life in general, but I think now to finally do it is great. So,
yes, and the name of your podcast is something that brings so many people in, so I'm so excited to dive into it.
Well, actually, it's good you asked that. Sorry, say that because that's the next thing I want to talk about. What does Koon Rijjeil mean to you?
It means, in English, obviously, we always say man up. And even my mom says it to my brother and to many male figures in my family. And it basically means be reliable before anything, genuinely. It means be reliable, but unfortunately, it's a double-edged sword. It also means, don't be a wuss, basically.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they come hand in hand, but we're here to change the norm, Karim.
Yeah, we are. Let's do it. Woo!
Let's do it!
Yeah, no, I think it's interesting you say that because I think reliable is, I've heard it, I think, a few days ago. Like, I think it's a double-edged sword because on one end, you're, be the provider, be the whatever, but kamen, go above and beyond for whatever is right.
True. And then more is expected of you somehow because of your biological.
But Safi, you're over delivering and maybe you're not even able to over deliver. So هلا انت in your life you're كتير about life coaching and positivity and I fucking love it. Honestly, like
we can swear?
Of course we can swear.
We can fucking swear.
Dude,
swear.
this podcast is an open space.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna take off my shoes.
Go ahead.
No, I'm kidding.
Please don't.
I will.
No, so كتير in your content you're very vocal and positive وكتير about helping people be better people every single day. So what's your experience been with dealing with men and their mental health? Because I would believe that كتير عندك followers who talk about their struggles and even women who tell you about I have a problem with this. So how's that experience been like?
The first two memories that came to mind were, one, it was a follower who spoke to me about how he was being bullied at school because he didn't enjoy sports. And he was like, does that mean something's wrong with me? Does that mean that I'm doing it wrong? Or all boys are supposed to like sports, all boys or whatnot. Yeah. So, before I responded to him, because I don't like to do things abruptly, I asked the people around me and the men around me. And then I realized that not everyone in my life enjoys sports. And fortunately, they were in an environment that didn't bully them for it. So I went back to this follower and I told them, if you look at people like Chef Ramsay or like, there's so many celebrities that have found their passion and are successful in different areas of life. And in no way did they make them less of a man. And it genuinely made a difference in his perspective. That being said, also another part of my life where I realized how hard it was on a man, especially for his mental health, was in a previous relationship where, because he neglected how unhappy he was in different aspects of his life for so long, at one point it was projected on me as a partner. And trying to bring someone back to earth and talk about it was so hard to do with him because he didn't understand what he was battling because he's had to repress it for so long. So if you can't approach your parents who are your first caretakers, you can't approach your friends, especially in our culture, بدك تكون رجال. ما فيك تقول إنه she broke my heart. ما فيك تقول إنه
أبداً.
Yeah, and neither can you. Dude, can you imagine إنه even in school, it's hard for someone to go and say, oh, I failed, I'm sad. Boys go like,
Trust me.
So what? Let's use it if I failed. So in multiple aspects of life, men are taught to repress and you always have to be the tough guy regardless and completely ignore their feelings. That it comes back to not only bite them in the ass, but those who are really important to them too. So it bit me multiple times.
Really? It's interesting you say this because I think a lot of times, going back to your first story, Anna, in school, I hated sports. I used to love watching sports. I never used to like...
It don't look like it no more.
I mean, girl... no, so I used to love watching sports, but taking part, I was like, oh no, at the time, I didn't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was never really bullied for it. But I would feel like something was wrong because I didn't like sports.
Okay.
It was never directed at me. It's like, hey, but because the overall feelings like, hey, sports or when I'm like, I like,
whether it's poetry or culture,
whatever it is, so it's interesting, that a lot of people go through that and they don't talk about it, especially at a younger age, because that sort of shapes how you are. And it can even go in two ways. Either you don't like sports and you get bullied for it as a kid. You're like, fuck this shit. I'm going to kill it when I'm older.
Yeah.
And the people turn into like, I don't know.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk or like the world's fittest man, either or.
Oh, okay, for purely
In that
fitness focus.
sense,
Okay, yeah.
because they've يعني because they have something to prove, or they just live a full life of يعني going through all these emotions that have been يعني put inside them from a younger age, as in انت منك رجال وانت ما بتحب الرياضه وانت هيك وانت you're weak or you're this.
Yeah.
But it fucks with you a lot.
Of course it does. And then you grow up thinking that something's wrong with you. And
Definitely.
كمان it just doesn't only affect you in the direct area of sports or
Definitely.
of fitness.
A lot
And
of
by
other
the way, it
things.
can also backfire. Some people, مثلا, if someone tells them, oh, you're not fit or you're not working out and you're not incorporating sports into your life, they might grow up to be the most unhealthy version of themselves
definitely.
because they built
Definitely.
such an unhealthy relationship with fitness. Like they were always bashed for it.
Definitely. And I think one of like the very important things is يعني so okay, it's happened to me recently and I got really annoyed by it and I didn't talk about it like at all actually until
Let it
now.
out, let it out.
So Anna, like before my summer holiday, like Anna can you know me, I'm always in the gym. I love training.
Yeah,
like
you love eating too.
I love eating. You guys should follow me on TikTok. I eat.
Yeah, get the juice from the burgers.
Yeah, the juice, the faru, everything. I got it there. So كتير I train. I never stop. But there was a week. Yeah. so there was a full week where I didn't train, and I was like, "Khalas, fuck it. It's my summer. I want to relax." I came back. I've noticed, I've lost a little weight. Like I'm
Lost your muscle mass.
Yeah, like I felt like I could see it.
You were
like,
deflated.
I was like, fuck, no. Like this can't be me. Like
Yeah.
I don't like.
After just a week.
But the thing is, I never thought that people around me would point it out, and that's what fucked with me. People be like, Karim, أنت كتير نحفين. Oh, أنت. I'm like, man, no. I remember one night I got so like I panicked. I called up my coach who lives in France.
Okay.
I was like,
why do you have a coach that lives in France? Like, did he relocate?
Yeah, he relocated.
Okay,
to
yeah,
France.
because
like
there's trainers here, yeah.
I mean, there is, but he's my homie. Like,
Okay, fine.
I love him.
You started out here.
Started off in Beirut.
Okay, fine, and
But
then y'all
then, yeah.
separate ways, yeah.
Exactly. So
As one does.
as one should.
As one should.
So I called him. I was like, bro, honestly, man, like I'm hearing all this shit, and I don't know what to say. I don't know what to feel because I feel like I mean I haven't trained for a week, but it shouldn't mean that I'm like skinny now. It's like no, well, bro, كله منيح, we'll train and we'll get back into it. Don't worry. Whoa. But the thing is, that thought still lingered in my mind that that's what people think of me.
Immediately.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like Karim was the macho, but as some people call me, the friendly giant.
He's giant.
I am. Like, she was surprised.
I was so
saw me.
surprised. I've seen you in a few frames and like legs, guys' legs. Like
Yeah.
legs, yeah.
Yeah, fucking tall.
Like the-
So so it was crazy. So I'm like, okay, so people know me as that. So now I'm like Karim, the deflated giant.
Yeah.
Sorry, the deflated friendly giant, which wasn't really the look I wanted to go for at the time. Fahik, it just kept getting to me for the full while. It's like, man, like I can't live like this. Like I don't want people to see me as that because it fucks with you, especially when you feel like you're at the top of your game.
Yeah.
And you drop for it. It's like but you're like
Yeah, true.
hello. Which look, I feel like there's a good and a bad side to it. The good side is that people want you to stay on track.
Oh, so yeah, for sure.
But bad is that it. Okay, for me, I'm an overthinker.
But that's the thing. So it's about you. Like we can't walk around thinking that everyone needs to tiptoe around our feelings.
Definitely.
And that's
definitely.
most of the things I preach recently. And when I started my Instagram page, and it was very tiptoeing around, and Yala, tell me how you're feeling. Let's talk about it. But then the more they talk about it, and the more I made videos targeting different topics of life, the more I realized that every topic in life, the way out is for you to be the strongest version of yourself.
100%.
You need to, quote unquote, man up or woman up, regardless of what gender or however you identify.
Yeah.
You have to get your shit together. Like,
God damn it.
become stronger. And so
Yeah.
because you genuinely do not know what life is going to throw at you. There's going to be so many curveballs.
100%.
And you need to be willing, and you need to be prepared, and you need to be able to take care of them.
Yeah.
No one prepares you for a curveball.
No one prepares you for anything. Life is, I have this shirt. It's based out of Forrest Gump, which says, "Life is like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
You never know what you're gonna get." So some people would argue, yeah, but you know what the box is, so you can't. I'm like, no. It's
Just forget about it. Just take
I'm
it as
like,
an
don't think it
analogy.
literally. Just think of it like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no. So it's crazy because again, like a lot of times we all, هلا أنا كتير I say يعني don't say man up because of what you were saying earlier, is that I want مش tiptoe around people, but I also don't want to hurt people's feelings at the same time.
Yeah. Delivery.
But at the same time, it's like, but that is what I'm trying to say, indirectly,
I understand.
in some sort, in the sense of, and in the sense of, okay, you know what? Okay, shit happens. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You know.
But I think it's only because they've tainted the definition of man up. Like it could be a beautiful thing.
Oh, of
you know,
course.
but it's because that they've sort of connected it to I'm not gonna say the word because it's extremely inappropriate. But in a wuss.
Wuss, yeah.
You know, wuss.
And so I think wuss is a safe word.
So let's redefine it here on this podcast, on this episode. If you tell somebody man up, it don't mean mean nothing bad.
It does. It's never negative. And if anyone ever tells you to woman up, is that a thing?
Woman up. I have a shirt that says woman up.
Oh, does it?
It's actually from a small Lebanese business.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
encouraging feminism.
Let's encourage feminism and Lebanese businesses.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Type. So so now what's, you were talking about one of your earlier relationships, and if you want, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
What was the most challenging part in that relationship?
Oh my God.
because I mean, as men, we usually, and أنا أحكي عن حالي, we often cover up too much. وأنا كتير, sometimes when I don't hear what I want to hear, it annoys me even more.
Yeah.
It's like I'm having a shitty day and I'm talking to someone, they're like, yeah, just it's okay, it's gonna be better.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but I already know this.
Yeah.
Sometimes something new.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But sometimes I feel like, but that's me being selfish. But then I'm like, but is it me being
partially,
selfish?
which is okay.
So come in, I was thinking about this. So so what's been your experience?
My experience is I was extremely young. Like I was 20 when the relationship started. Okay. So obviously you're only focused on the fun and the oh my God and whatnot. And it was far earlier than when I became a life coach, or even wanted or even knew that I had something in me to become a life coach. So at a certain age, you're not very aware of other people's emotions or behavior. You just go with what they give you.
Definitely.
Like, how are they acting towards me? Great. But as we got older, I started to realize that you grow to either love yourself, or you either grow to question yourself and go like, why am I the way I am? And why does this make me sad? Or why does this make me unhappy? And it takes a lot of courage, and you need to be skilled and equipped to handle yourself when these questions arise. And if you don't, there are professionals. Like, you break your knee, you go to a knee doctor. You have a heart palpitation, you go to a heart doctor. Your brain palpitates when you have anxiety or you have some sort. You go to a psychologist. Yeah, and it's completely normal.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was avoided throughout like a very long time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this, like, the importance and the benefit of therapy came after our breakup.
Okay.
So much could have been avoided before that, but it is the way it is. So when you get to that moment of realization that, okay, something's wrong and I need to fix it. Mish, something's wrong, I suck. These are the two differences, okay? So one day you're going to have a realization that something's not right, I suck.
Yeah.
And I hope whoever is listening to this is surrounded by people or is courageous enough to tell themselves, something's wrong, let me go fix it. Or let me go get some help. Or let me go get some sort 100%. Of guidance. And obviously, when you're in the moment and you're emotional and you're anxious and you're unhappy, it's very hard to think of others like, oh, I'm projecting. I'm making them unhappy. Look, they're just trying to help. How can I show them that it's just, I'm not ready for it? So you project to your partners or your family members or whatnot. Yeah. And that's also not, like, we can't really blame them because they're not in a completely sane state of mind. So if you're someone who needs therapy, I encourage it. If you're someone who sees someone who needs therapy, you can tell them that it's okay and you're there to help them if they need it. And also, my best therapy is dance. So if anyone likes to dance,
she dances a lot on her Instagram. So
yesterday I was dancing.
It's like an everyday thing. It's like
every day. Woo, woo, woo. Yeah, start your song with good music.
You should start your day with actually, so it happened to me on Thursday. So another, like, this past week has been like crazy with work and life and everything. So I realized one day, I'm like,
Are you a consultant?
No, communications consultant. So it's
in the title.
Same but different.
All right.
So one of the days I woke up, I was like, man, why am I always so down when I wake up? Like, am I anxious for my day, or is it just an overline, or like a feeling that I've had from yesterday that I've carried over to the next day?
Yeah.
I'm like, just start your day with a smile. Just wake up, smile, look in the mirror. You know what? Today's gonna be a fucking beautiful day. Let's live it. Let's have an amazing one.
Set the intention.
Whatever comes your way, It's easy.
Literally,
Yani-
we're all gonna die.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
a few
definitely.
days ago, someone was talking to me about how they're changing. I don't know if it's true or it was just some meme. They're changing global warming to global boiling because it's getting crappy. So I'm like, oh my god, like literally,
These guys.
we might burn to death any minute. You don't believe in climate change?
No, I do believe.
Oh,
in,
okay.
no, but I just don't
The
like
title thingy, yeah.
إنه خلص, just let things be as
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah. And don't obviously, you can't just tell someone not to overthink, but
Yeah, yeah.
when you sit down and you talk to yourself as if you're talking to someone you care about and you want to give them a slap in the face, do it to yourself in the mirror. A few days ago, I was reading this book called Manifest by Roxina Fusi.
Okay.
And it's basically 7 steps to living your best life. And one of the things she says, is that people always say, oh, fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. And it's a bit like far-fetched, you know, some
yeah.
people go like, oh, what do you mean? How am I gonna? And then she rephrased it. She's like, how about this? Fake it until you become it. Right? So let's say, no, I'm someone who's strong, okay? My core strength is khurafe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pretend it is, and I'm gonna keep doing the exercises required until I become it. And you can.
Yeah.
You can't become Beyonce. I tried.
You can.
You
I mean,
can.
or you could be the next Will Smith.
Will
actually,
Smith?
actually, no.
No,
I
Will
mean,
Smith, we ain't slapping nobody.
No. Yeah, exactly. That's why I
Oh
took
my
it back.
God, baby, haram.
Sahabta. Who's your favorite? Jennifer Aniston. I love Jennifer Aniston. I love her.
I love Jennifer Aniston. Who else do I
I
love?
really hope she's watching this. Jennifer, if you're watching this, please, I love you.
Like
and
أنا
I-
برمت قال
Lit-
تشوف إذا عم
she-
تحضر.
Is she behind us? Yeah, no, I love Jennifer Aniston. I wish I could meet her one day.
Me
Just tell her how much
too.
I love her.
And I feel like so many times I watch specific movies and I love Julia Roberts. You know the movie Erin
She's
Brockovich?
No, I haven't seen that one. I
Karim!
haven't seen that one. Send it over to me. I'll watch it.
I will. Hey
Yeah.
Siri. Imagine that.
Hello.
No, it's on Do
Don't
Not
talk
Disturb.
now.
It's on Do Not Disturb. Erin Brockovich, can I tell you what it's about?
Go ahead. I'll forget.
I'm not gonna
anyway.
tell you the ending
I'll
though.
forget. I have a really bad memory.
Me too. Horrible, ridiculous. So Erin Brockovich is a movie for Julia Roberts, like 20 years old minimum. And the reason I know of it is because of my dad. He always
Okay.
told me, keep watching it, watch it again, multiple times. And it's about a woman with 3 children, single mama, who is looking for a job. She needs to provide for her family. She ain't got no man, but she don't need one.
Yeah. I mean,
And,
we're all about strong, independent women.
All about
We don't need the men.
They don't need it, just an addition, sweetie. So, so my dad kept preaching that I watched this movie, and I'm the eldest daughter in the family, and I was given a responsibility at a very young age, yani. So I grew into a woman like much
Independence.
earlier on
Yeah,
than
yeah.
people do. So, and he would always feed me this stuff like Erin Brockovich, the movie, or movies where women really just surprised and look. I want to show this if the camera can catch it. Do you see what it says?
Do what you think you can't do.
No.
Do what they think you can't do.
Yeah, do what they think you can't do. So both my parents, yani, but my dad primarily, he always wanted me to know that I can do anything I want from a very young age. Hence who I am now.
Definitely.
المهم, so the movie is about her taking care of her family, and there's a huge plot twist in the movie. And she was uneducated. She was like from the suburbs, يعني منا كتير متعلمة, and she had 3 kids to take care of. Like same concept as you can imagine Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman at the beginning. Like same aesthetic.
Yeah.
And the rest is up to you to watch.
Yeah, no,
But,
I definitely will. I'll definitely watch.
It's wonderful. And as usual, I lost my train of thought. What were we talking about?
By the way, I was like, where?
How did we get to the movie actresses?
Movie actresses.
Yeah, so Julia Roberts, one of my
Yeah, no,
favorite.
but how do we get Julia Roberts?
And Jennifer
Aniston.
Aniston.
No fucking
Oh my
clue.
God, do you know Zia?
Do you know what were we talking about?
No? What? I'm Jed, how?
That's okay.
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. I love Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, you can't become Beyonce. Fake it till you
Fake it till
become
you make it. There you go. I love it. But
Fake it till-
but actually, so the reason why, because actually in my gym there's this big like painting that says "Fake it till you make it," and every time I look at it, I'm like, no,
No, it's true.
no. I don't believe in it.
Tell them to
honestly.
change it to become it.
Become it. I'll ask the guys at warehouse.
She's an
gym
author.
To do
You
it.
could, it's there's what is it? Cited? We used to cite our.
You need to cite, yeah.
شو كان قلنا شي
عن جد
هيك؟
بالجيم. I remember the other day.
Oh my God.
It's like,
Wait, yeah, go on.
no, I wanted to ask something completely different, but you can. finish your
Okay.
trail of
A
thought.
few days ago, I got into a fight on Instagram.
Wow.
In the
Love
comment
it.
section.
Love fights.
The juice in the comment section. So I don't know, something we don't have to mention right now, but I realized that the people who fight you the most are those with absolutely no display picture,
Oh yeah.
and their names are
They're like trolls. Internet
trolls, and they're all uneducated.
I have an internet troll.
What?
Someone knows who it is. I really hope they watch this podcast.
What? Someone?
They work with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Anjad, someone
no,
trying to
no.
hurt you.
I have a internet troll. Yeah.
It's fine. It's making you smile, so it's fine.
Yeah. No, it's it's a funny relationship we have going on.
It's fine. But say those trolls Anjad that come and hate on people, they're always so uneducated. And I was thinking about something the other day. When you are so confident in your education and your knowledge and your delivery, because you can oppose my ideas, but in your delivery, we don't have to fight about it, you know?
Definitely.
We can listen, and communication, we can get to that later. So these people, because they have such horrible delivery, it's because of their lack of education, which also goes back to the fact that because of their lack of education, should someone argue with them, they have nothing to back it up with. Like, because we're educated, I can pull out a quote or open a book or cite a movie or anything, you know?
Yeah.
We can deliver that to the table and back up our ideas. But because they know they can't back this hate up,
So
they hide behind these pictures and these stupid usernames.
That's true. Again, I think there's a part of me that, I mean, I agree with most of it, but it's part of me disagrees, Shway, which is at the end of the day, some people just don't have an education for whatever reason. So come in at the same time, I can't entirely blame them because that's what they know.
Akid.
In some sort of way. But yeah.
But in terms of education, like if you have access to the internet, you have access to read.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
But then that comes down to willingness.
Like, am I really lacking?
But then that comes down to willingness. How much someone actually want to help themselves and grow and learn. Which gets me actually to my next point. Is where did it all start for you?
Wow, I love this story. Are you familiar with my video? My TikTok video?
Your what?
You don't know my TikTok video?
No.
That's how I went viral. Okay, 2018, right? It's summer. Picture this. It's August. We're a huge family. Everyone's loud. It's my baby cousin's birthday. I'm taking her to do her hair. She was like 7 or 8. She's like, "بدي أعمل." So I took her to do her hair. On my way back, I'm the eldest cousin. So everyone's looking up to Stephanie. يلا Stephanie جيبينا وخدينا وين. فايته بمفرق البيت والقدام. He is not putting his إشارة. He is not using his indicator. I don't know if he's going left or right.
Yeah.
He would swerve to the left, I'd swerve to the right. I'd swerve to the left, he'd swerve to the right. So زعجني لا استفزني لدرجة خلاص من بعد ما فت بالمفرق I was can we use 2 languages or
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So after we moved on from that cour, we got to the parking of my house and I was so frustrated. I picked up my Snapchat. I put on some random filter with fire emojis around my head. It was like a crown. And I just burst. I was like, no, why don't people use their indicators? Just use their indicators. It's not that difficult. And then I swapped the camera to be the back camera and I showed them where the indicator was. And I was like, look, tick, tick. It's not that hard. Tick, 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 tick. And that noise that I made went viral. The whole video went viral. It was reposted by a huge page on Lebanon.
Yeah.
In Lebanon. I'll show you their page later. I don't know if we can plug them because, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't know.
You're like, you don't have the rights to do that.
Yeah, like you don't have the rights to do that. So don't do it. But no, they reposted me and I woke up to... I woke up. I came home 3 months later. So this was August. Oh, September, 1 month later. I came home. I walk into the house. I connect to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
My phone, the notifications wouldn't stop. Follow, comment. I gained 15,000 followers.
What?
Because of that repost of that video. Wow. Wait for the best part. I was like, oh my God, like what are people saying? And they're laughing, obviously, because it's a hilarious video. The comments were obviously trolls on the big page, the page that reposted me. But people in my DMs were telling me, how are you so comfortable expressing yourself as an Arab woman? I was like, what? I was like, why does my genitalia have anything to do with whether or not I can be angry and have road rage? I was shocked.
Literally.
People were like, no, shoot. And I said, do ace. They were like, oh my God. I'm like, yee. I'm like, it's 2 letters. A, B, C, remove the B, ace. Same.
Exactly.
So I was like, ما بدها هالقد. So I was like, why? And then here is when, like, I'm a very... I'll tell you another story of the plastic cup. ذكرني plastic cup. So this is when my Stephanie-ness came out and I was like, why? What should Arab women not talk about? Yeah. And then they started sending me suggestions. Virginity, periods, talking back to your parents, arranged marriages. No. I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk about them because you don't want us to. So I started.
I like that. That's part of having ADHD, by the way.
What is
this exactly what you're talking about?
Challenging.
We're كتير نحنا we like to go against the norm because we always say why the
damn
fuck
straight
not? Let's fucking do it.
Damn straight.
See, and now how many followers are you? 35,000?
35,000.
Fuck, I don't even know how I knew
Organic.
that. Organic, not even paid.
Organic.
And actually, you didn't even buy your blue tick. Did you buy your blue tick?
No, obviously
There
I'm
you
not
go.
gonna.
Then
It don't. You know why? There's no other Stephanie Haddad. I don't need a verification. No, there is. There was like 5 in AUB.
I mean, there's a lot in the world. Like every time I say Stephanie Haddad, they're like, there's a lot.
Who?
I mean, not like you, but
Who?
it's the same name.
Who?
Phoebe Dubai.
All due respect. All due respect. You have a great name.
But I'm just like.
But I know what.
The Stephanie Haddad.
But what I do, and on that platform,
yeah,
ما في حدا تاني.
no,
I don't need a verification tick. I am the verification
Yeah,
tick.
that's true. Your presence is more than enough.
Thank you very much. But if there's just something, هيك, side note, that I can say that if you want your kids to have any sort of confidence, please breed it into them from birth.
Yeah,
Please,
definitely.
because like I said, like the movies my dad used to encourage me to watch, and the verbal encouragement that I used to get, that's the only reason I am or 90% of the reason, because when you're a kid and you're absorbing all this information,
it's ingrained in you.
Yes. Dear, and I see other people who were raised in a way like someone I know, when he went and he told his parents he got into a university, his parents were like, yeah, everyone gets in, so what? Imagine. People shouldn't be parents. Some people shouldn't.
Some people shouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, not everyone.
I think, to me, like I don't know, like, thing is, parents always have a big role to play, and it's always a hard one to crack in some things, not everything.
Yeah, no, we're not born with a manual.
Yeah, no, but actually, it's very true. You're never born with a manual that says this is how you live life. You live life depending on the exact moment that you're in, and based out of what you believe in and what you know. But no, I mean, a lot of parents, like, I see a lot of people around me, and I'm like, man, like, how, like, I know, like the story you're saying now, like parents who say, yeah, you know what, everyone gets in university, you should. That's the least you can do, or actually, not even. يعني مثلا, like, once you graduate and you get your job, you're expected, أكيد بدك غصبا عنك to, like, I don't know, buy us a house for like $10 million, لأنه أكيد لأنه إحنا, which is a bit much.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously I'd buy a lot of presents, but not like.
Let me provide to you however I can. Do not put the pressure on me. Plus, does it mean anything if you're the one who told me to get it for you?
No.
Selfish hoe.
So actually on that, so do you think, because I was thinking about this as I was saying it, do you think that pressure is more with the female or the men? Or do you think it's both equally split?
Men for sure. For sure, for us, it's like, go get your man, girl. Go. Live your best life.
Literally.
Get the rock, get the diamond. Even till now, it's 2023.
ومرتاح
أكيد بينبت عيلة.
The number of times I've heard this, yeah.
I have a video on YouTube called Ibn Aile. It's a video. It's a collab that I do with a digital media company called Wimina. And we have like 20-30 episodes together, all of them talking about things that will make your عمته go like, yeah, all the videos, like that's the intention. I want the عمته to
you really want to poke the bear.
I really want to poke the bear, but I deliver it with humor. So it's so hard to be mad unless you like, and then it also, it tickles people in a way like, oh my God, I have something to work on. I need to change my perspective. I need to change my mindset.
Like everything I've believed in my whole life was wrong.
Yeah.
And you start to challenge things.
Yeah. And even older women, like not just people our age, because it's rare these days, people our age, not just me, but so many people who go up on this platform, whether it's men or women, talking about men's mental health, or women, being sick of this, خلاص انت سكت اسمعي من أهلك. It's there's annoying parts of both of our هيدا. But so let me get myself back to what we were talking about. Ibn Aile. Oh yeah, more pressure on the man. Yeah, so definitely more pressure on the man.
Definitely,
because y'all don't have to just pay your rent, go out with your friends, love your family. It's like, make sure there's gonna be diapers, there's gonna be a house, you need a car for her and for you.
And for you, exactly. You need to pay the bills, you need to pay for the cars, you need to pay for this, you need to pay for the travel, for the clothes.
But genuinely, Karim, I don't know if you realize, but it's been wedding season for me.
Oh my God.
Sixth wedding in a week. The sixth one I'm going to. This ideology doesn't exist in these weddings anymore. Everyone getting married recently, neither did their parents tell them to do this, and neither did the couples say, oh yeah, he has to do everything. No.
دايما يعني كثير عالم they say no, it's a split. بالآخر I pay what I need and you pay for what you need. وأكيد there's a common there's a common
whether it be rent or
thing,
investing in your future for your
whatever
kids' tuition, all of these things, of course,
but it can't be all on the man.
No way. No way.
Like the thing is, يعني هلا أنا I live alone. Okay, with my sister, not really alone, but إنه I think about it. I'm like, man, fuck. And like, how am I gonna be able to do this? Like,
Yeah.
and I look up to my dad. I'm like, but he's
it was different back then.
It was very different, but in the sense of ما هو كان موظف مثلي. He's provided for the family. He
Things weren't this expensive.
Maybe they weren't this expensive. وما كان فيها options. And كمان I think قيمة المصاري was a lot more than.
Do you remember how much a manouche was at school? What school did you go to?
I was in Sharjah, so you weren't.
It wasn't Shaifat.
No, I wasn't Shaifat.
But how much was a cheese manouche? Like, try to think.
We didn't have manouche, we had croissant.
Okay.
It was like
a bougie ass school in Sharjah?
No. Dirham ونص.
Okay, dirham ونص. Now you can't find the croissant less than 4.
Dude, the water's not even
or 5. And don't even get me started on Lebanon.
Oh yeah.
And the currency there.
No.
I need Lebanon a booklet of money to buy water. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So akid it's different now, and some people need more than one. Something I always preach and also speak of on my stories and make videos about is that I don't think anyone should base their life on one stream of income.
Oh, definitely.
No way.
Definitely.
No way. Money for your dreams, money for leisure, and then money for your time of need. You can't. No way.
Definitely. Of course. No, it's thing is, like, I think for a lot of men and even women, I think هلا عم بيكون في توعية أكتر about this, which is it should never be this one person, but like it should be both investing, both putting in their effort and money into one thing. لأن بالآخر it's your lives. It's not يعني بالآخر sorry بس يعني the man مش قاعد على بنك.
Yeah, of course.
والست sorry
she's not going to look for an adoption.
Exactly.
It's a partnership.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, and I think the roles have changed. يعني من وقت أهلنا لليوم يعني it's crazy how much things have changed.
Yeah.
Like you would watch like movies and series and even looking at like families around me, it's like then خلص the roles were clear.
Yeah.
إنه الرجال بيقبض بيصرف على العيلة وأكيد إنه هلا مثلا أنا my mom مثلا she used to work for the longest time and she stopped at some point. بس إنه if you're a lot of people who don't do that, they're like, you know what, I'll just leave it on the guy, let him.
Yeah, but then again, it could be something that can backfire on the woman too.
Oh, definitely.
Because some people still are toxically masculine. Like, toxic masculinity. I want to talk about that as
definitely. We're getting into that now.
Yeah. Oh, do you have like a train of thought? Like, you know where this is headed?
Dude, I told you, I overthink. I have like a million thoughts in my brain. So like, they come to me like this.
There's a graph in front of me.
Yeah. So what's your latest experience on toxic masculinity? And actually, there's a question I was thinking of as I was driving here. Do you think there's a thing called toxic
absolutely. Radical feminism, that's what it's called.
Yeah, because I've never heard of the term toxic femininity. I've feel radical feminism, but I've never heard of toxic feminism, and I wonder why actually. Why it isn't a word? Why it isn't
I don't know, but no, I would be the first to say that definitely some women I've come across, I do not call friends whatsoever. I've just come across them and I kept walking in the other way.
Like I saw them on the street, was like, "Girl, you toxic?
You toxic,
girl? We don't like
horrible."
you.
And those are the girls that preach and want the men that we were just talking about. إنه حرام المعترة هو هذا. ولا بس هو بيكون مبسوط. You know, إيه عادة بالبيت ما تحكي. You know, oh my god. If I ever meet a couple that's like this in front of me, I will take them each separately and I go like, "What is you doing?"
Girl,
literally, like, okay, you didn't ask. And I don't like to impose, but like, what are you doing? And then I'd leave.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't go further. I don't want to.
No, you should.
Yeah, but no.
But then again, I think a lot of that comes down to how people were brought up.
I know it's
and
that's the thing.
And it's annoying because some people don't want to break out of that shell.
This is the thing about being so aware of the fact that it's so hard to be the best version of yourself, but also telling people, "لا شد لي حالك أو شدي لي حالك." It's so hard to be in between when you're as aware as the two of us right now, you know? But I feel like if you are close to someone, then you have full right to intervene. Genuinely. أنا مثلا, if it was my siblings or if it was my really, really close friends, and I feel like whatever it is they're going through is making them less of a person in terms of their physical health is deteriorating. They're doing bad at work. Their relationship is abusive. أكيد إلها حق تدخل. But if they can't see it from within, then who's gonna look out for them?
Of course.
When I'm falling apart as Stephanie, whether it be, I don't know, a hard day at work, something with the family, a toxic masculine idiot, who's gonna
toxic trolls.
Toxic trolls. You need to know that you have this sense of belonging and you have people that are going to look out for you and going to be there for you. And there's a reason it's called humanity. وإنسانية. You have to be there for one another. What differentiates us from the rest of the animals of the animal kingdom?
I mean, we just talk.
we talk and we sing. Actually, no,
And
birds
dance.
sing.
Birds sing, and some animals can dance.
Yeah, some animals dance.
So we talk.
Yeah. And dolphins fornicate for fun.
That's true. These fucking dolphins, honestly. But yeah. So sorry. So we're going back to the question. So what was your last memory of toxic masculinity, or your like most recent?
Most recent toxic masculinity. All right, let's go back. I'm gonna split my brain into departments. So work. No, he was an idiot. He wasn't a toxic masculine. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
I want to hear this.
One
now.
of my friends was dating someone.
So your friend's a girl. She was dating.
Yeah. One of my friends is a girl. She was dating a man, and we were all sitting having a conversation at one point, and then she was sitting across from me. Actually, I don't know if I could. I wish I used it like anonymously. Wait, no. Scratch that, because she'll kill me. Yeah, she'll kill me. Okay, I'll use a personal experience so no one comes at me.
Exactly. Because it's your story.
100%. It's my story. Wait, Angela, I want to think of something real. I don't want to make something up because I can. I'm a storyteller, but I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you tell stories every day.
Toxic masculinity. I actually can't think of one. ما بيسترجوا.
So either ما بيسترجوا because you're a very strong and powerful woman.
I think so.
Or which is also possible. And I mean, I love the fact that you're a strong woman, but I also hope that there's less toxic men out there.
Yeah, maybe.
So maybe. No. No. Okay.
No. There are, because no. Without talking into detail, but I was very close to a relationship that was happening in front of me, where every time the woman wanted to, just participate, whether it be in a conversation or an idea for the future or anything, physically, shh. And I lost my shit. I was like, are you gonna do something, or am I gonna do something? I was like, somebody's got to do something. She's like, shh, don't worry about it. I was like, no, I'm worrying about it.
No.
Safe to say that ended, because I'm not friends with people who can stay in these relationships. But toxic masculinity it's still around us. But when you can't fix, this is a quote that I see all the time. Instead of telling your girls to stay home and beware and be afraid and not go out, how about you raise your boys better?
True.
Raise them better, so there's nothing to hide from. So these women, they don't have to be afraid of these toxic men. No, educate yourself, raise awareness within yourself and in your circle, and then يسترجع حدا يكون toxically masculine around you.
صح.
بالشبشب.
هلا. Yes, I agree. But it's also a two-way street as well.
Tell me.
In the sense of أكيد raise your boys better, of course. بس كمان let's not be oblivious to this as well. كمان في women and I who are كمان as bad, you can say, as other men are out there. So to me, it's دايما العالم بتقول إنه men are trash, but I'm like, no, okay. I mean, some men are trash.
People are trash.
In general, we're all trash. I'm trash. You're trash. We're all trash.
Excuse me. Watch yourself.
Girl, you gotta watch yourself.
Hey, watch yourself.
But no, so I think دايما في عندك it's always a two-way street. ما في إنه بس هيدا no. Everyone's fucked.
أكيد. One of my closest friends told me that he hates relationships and خلص أكس عليهم. He's like, no way. Everyone in a relationship is unhappy, or they're lying to each other, or they're lying to themselves and whatnot. And I was like, who, where, why? I was like, who are you? Who? 5 W's and an H. Do you remember that from school?
Which one?
5 W's and an H.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Oh, what, where, when, why, how? I don't know how.
That
was completely insignificant.
I still don't remember them, but sure.
But okay.
I mean, I remember it on being on the board, but I don't.
Yeah. But when he would tell me these things, I'd go like, who are you surrounded with?
Yeah.
And that it all stemmed from childhood, the relationships he grew up in his family, and those around him. They completely tainted his image of relationships. So he just doesn't want to be in a relationship anymore. He's like, women, aslan, they're horrible. They take advantage of men. They're gold diggers. They're whatnot. I was like, do you value me as a human? Because I was a woman and he was talking to me in general. Women are like this.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm standing right in front of you. What is you saying? I was like, do you value me as a woman? He's like, of course I do. I was like, you see how good of a person I am? He's like, of course I do. I was like, then why are you saying all women are like this? He's like, no. Many. I was like, okay, but so are many men. And then say a bit, my God, my dating experiences have been absolutely ridiculous. I've been single for about 2 years.
Okay.
And I was in a relationship from the age of 20 to 26. So that's usually when you experiment things. You experience different things and you learn your dating style, what you like, what you don't. So I've been doing that recently in the last 2 years. And oh my God, people are psycho.
People are
I
fucking
don't
crazy.
like it. I don't want
People
to
are
stay here.
crazy.
I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't want to stay here anymore. It's horrendous. But no, so everything I've been going through with these dating experiences with
Yeah.
these men, because that's who I'm attracted to, I go back and I tell my friend, I was like, see, your gents, what you're doing? It's not
You
just
see,
the women.
It's not just the women. It's also the men.
So some men think that it's just the women, and some women think that it's just the men.
But
But here's a man and a woman. Yeah, all of us.
we're all screwed, guys. We're all.
It's
we're all
not
fucked.
working.
We're all fucked, honestly.
Abadan.
But yeah, no, I think, yani, this is one of the biggest things that, like, I also have a lot of friends who, and even like ex-girlfriends and stuff, who just خلص بيأكسوا على الموضوع لأنه, I think maybe one bad experience break,
Yeah, don't
ruins
let
the whole
that.
thing. And no, but like, it's like, I always say, like, don't base things out of one experience.
Abadan.
Try multiple times and see exactly where it takes you, but also come in, be open, come in, yani.
Yeah.
Don't be yourself. Be yourself, but keep your mind open to other people and how other people live as well.
Yeah.
ما عم بقول كمان انه be accepting
love
of toxic
languages.
man. Of course not. No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But along the lines of, what, مثلا, I don't know, نفترض أنا مثلا I have a lot of female friends. Some people, for them, that's a big problem.
Yeah, it might be uncomfortable for
Some
them.
people say that, that's okay because I trust you.
I was in that situation, yeah.
So come in, you need to always keep your mind open, because at the end of the day, people are different. Not everyone's the same.
100%. You gotta find your
So-
lobster.
What?
You don't watch Friends.
I do, but I don't remember that.
When Phoebe said he's her lobster about Rachel and Ross.
No, if you quote Modern
Well,
Family, I'll know it a lot better.
Modern Family. I
yeah.
haven't finished it, so
Yeah, well,
I
you
wouldn't know.
should.
It's good.
To me, the perfect parents are Phil and Claire.
They are perfect parents. They're so open, but you're scared of them at the same
I'm scared
time.
of them. Like,
I'm scared to death of my mother, but she's
Yeah.
also my best friend.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But like, if I do something wrong, not only will I feel like I disappoint her, but I'd go like, oh my God, she thought so highly of me. Like, why would I do
By
that?
the way, that's very true.
She thought so highly. Like, if she thinks that highly of me, why am I acting any less than that?
صح.
You know?
That's so true.
Put that on a t-shirt, Karim.
I will. I will just send that to me, and I'll make it. I'll do it for you.
But in terms of this toxic femininity, if you were to
Yeah.
call it, some women هلا مش بجيلنا. Actually, I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to generalize. Do you know anyone your age or in our generation that مثلا like has completely destroyed a man or disrespected him, or like, because when I think of toxic femininity, for some reason I'm a very visual person, so I'm
Yeah.
imagining a woman push a man out of a club, slap him across the face,
Oh, like
go like, oh my
fucking-
God, إيه وحراني, and then get into his car, drive off, him walk out, and his friends are like, bro, don't worry, and he's like, man, she keeps doing this to me and she keeps ruining my life. Is that what you mean by toxic femininity? I just went all into my brain.
I mean, not entirely.
Okay, tell me more.
No, I mean, look, to me, my interpretation of it is more along the lines of, so I at some point in my life, I was in a very toxic situation.
All right.
A lot of people tell me, Karim, this is toxic, you need to get out of it. I'm like, no.
You were
no,
blinded
no,
by
no.
love.
I was blinded by love. I know this person till today means a lot to me. Bilakis, she's an incredible person. But إنه كتير,
You weren't bringing out the best in each other.
no, not at all. And I felt that was the first problem, is that it was always, but what about my needs?
Yeah.
And what about this? And what about this? And what about this? But Safin, okay, I have no more room to breathe.
Yeah,
I have no
yeah.
more room to grow.
Your bucket's empty.
Bucket's empty, and خلاص, I'm done as a person. يعني. But Safi is just problem after problem after problem, and you just don't know what to do anymore. But when I think about toxic femininity, I think more about, okay, I don't mean this in any negative way, so don't like take this personally. كتير, I see these people who are like, fuck men. Like,
Yes.
This to me is toxic femininity.
Of
it's
course.
like, fuck men, we only need women.
Yeah. It
Some
comes
people
hand
believe in
hand.
this, some people don't. I don't, because to me there should be a balance. There should be, at the end of the day, women are this, men are this, and we complement each other. This is why there's مش equality, but there's a balance in the world in some sort of way. Yin and yang. So this is personally what I think of. Maybe I don't think of as much details as you or as visual as you. Violence I never think about, because I'm always against violence, so I never think of it.
Of course.
But that could be one, which Kamena could be something that, again, that people are either used to, or that's just, how they think is the best way to bring the best out of
But
their
that's
man.
the thing also. It's about what is love to you and the way you were raised. Because everyone says, no, every girl ends up marrying someone who resembles her father,
By
or
the way,
every
yeah.
man who like leans into, oh, she gives me a motherly instinct. She could be the mother of my children. So, when people go after these, it's just them and what they have in line for the future. Tabma, where did they come from? And then there's
So
the love languages test. I didn't know of that until quite recently.
I heard of that. Yeah,
It's so
I've never done it.
interesting. It's so interesting. So apparently we have 5 different love languages. Yeah, physical touch. So some people show that they love you by physical
Yeah.
touch. Acts of service. So, oh, your car broke down. Let me go get you some gas. Don't worry, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation. So, no, I love you. I care for you. I miss you, etc. What else was
Gift
there?
giving.
Gift giving. Some people like gifts
Ooh,
because it's probably what they're used to. And one of my very, very close people to my heart, was in a very long-term relationship. And towards the end, she's like, I feel empty. She's like, I feel empty and I'm not happy and I'm nah. I'm like, go communicate it to your partner. She went and you know what he told her? He's like, but I get you gifts all the time.
oh, that fucker.
No, that's his language, gift giving. Because
yeah,
that's how he
but-
received it.
Sure, but at the same time, you need to know what your partner's love language
He was
is. though.
unaware. That's why.
But then this comes back to communication.
Exactly, but she was unaware. She didn't know why she felt
fair
empty.
Enough. Yeah,
You
fair
know,
enough.
so I encourage anybody listening or watching this, please, if you are dating or about to date, just throw in a love language test. It's called 5lovelanguages.com.
And make sure you do it. And once you guys get your answers, send them over to Stephanie.
Send them
and,
over to Stephanie.
And then she'll and then she'll give you the best ideas possibly for your
Genuinely. So مثلا,
Yeah.
if you apply this whole love languages thing to life, you have a life language too. How do you communicate? Do you go off the grid for a few days because it's what you need and how you need to cope? But then some people come say, oh, he's inconsistent. He doesn't care about you. And it's like, طب الزلمة إنه من نهار يعني إنه صار معه شيء, he needs 3 or 4 days to recuperate. Let him
He
recuperate.
needs to fucking.
But then again, he needs to communicate that. Like, it is your responsibility.
Akid, of course. And
Yeah.
and Damon, for me, I always preach this in anything I ever do in life. Always be open. Never ما تخبي شيء لأنه there's no point. And
Yeah.
it's our relationship, whatever it is, whether it's relationships or friendships or family or work. Always be open. And the minute you hide something, you've lost the plot.
Yeah.
Someone's missed out on something.
Yeah.
There's miscommunication. I think that they know, but they actually don't know.
Yeah. I was
It's-
in a
it's a
very
whole-
similar
yeah.
situation a few weeks ago, and it was extremely challenging on me. So I was listening to a podcast a few weeks ago, and the speaker was saying that in terms of instability or insecurity, we bring out our strengths to help us cope. So in terms of uncertainty, let's say in the initial dating phase between you and the person, someone's pulling away. There's distance, you don't understand what's happening. My strength as Stephanie, as a life coach, as the eldest daughter, I reach my hand out and I go like, do you need anything? Let's talk about it. Is something bothering you? In dating, apparently you can't do that.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it was the initial stages of dating. No one has earned this intimacy yet. And then apparently, when a woman reaches out, the men run away. Maybe also the opposite. When the woman shows that there is vulnerability there, the man is like, oh, fuck this shit. Like, it's too fucking early, bye.
Because we're not used to it. Because we're super uncomfortable.
Super uncomfortable, unused to it. But then again, man up and communicate.
And be in touch with your true emotions.
True emotions. ومش بس هيك. They could be negative emotions, but
They could
you
be.
need to communicate.
Exactly.
You can't just say, أنا رجال ما بحكي عن مشاعري.
I know.
So yeah, so it hurts men and it hurts women. It hurts everybody.
Definitely.
You
Everyone's
need to
fucked.
communicate,
Everyone's
yeah.
fucked. No, I agree 100% on that. And thing is, like I always say, in any relationship, always keep an open dialogue. And Halana, to me, it's happened a few times where something would be bothering me, but I'm like, no, I just don't want to talk.
Just
And,
throw it under the mat.
and the thing is, there's a few things I do. Either I journal or I podcast or I drive and I think about it, or I exercise, or I talk to whoever it is. Yeah, friends, family, whatever it is. But to me, always my biggest issue is I always think about, but what if what they tell me isn't what I want to hear? And Damon, that's what I think of.
Oh my God.
Damon, it's like, what if?
You'd rather not know.
I'd rather not know.
Damn.
So Damon, it's like, خلاص, I can figure this out by myself.
Oh my God, no, I'm such a confrontational person.
I
I
will-
go and I don't care.
Oh, Anna, no, I'm against. Anna, in general, actually, hold on, that's a lie. I'm not against confrontation, but I have my very catty moments. I
Okay.
have my very
Yeah,
like
بتحب تلطش.
بحب
You're
لطش.
petty.
I am.
You're
I have that. I have a bit of Cam in me. Some people don't. No, I do. I really have that in me. Or it's like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, you know, must be nice. You know? But a lot of times it's like, yeah, but yani, I think about it, I'm like, yeah, but this is what they know. Like, come in, I can't come in and try to teach the world how to live. You know, I can't tell
I'm still convincing myself of this because I genuinely feel like I was brought to this earth to teach people how to have a better life. Wallah. Genuinely.
y'all are peasants. Y'all need to live.
It's really, really hard to Anjad tell yourself daily, you know, it's not my job. It's so hard.
Definitely.
And I'm telling you, in all aspects of life, you can reach a hand and help people survive. But in dating, لازم تتكبر.
Of course.
ما بحب.
Of course.
Yalla, let the world know.
Yeah. Do y'all know that? Yeah, because if you don't, well then, yeah, you don't know what's coming.
I hate it. I hate it.
No, it's look, it's a very challenging and tiring thing because on one hand, يعني okay, في عندي شوي من idea of كون رجال in my head إنه خلاص إنه brush it off. بس كمان في كتير أمرار where I'm talking to someone and they're like, yeah, but you can brush it off. I'm like, no, I don't want to fucking like.
Hey, bravo, don't brush it off.
Like to me, I don't like this concept of brush it off. It doesn't make sense to me. لأنه
ولا أنا, but you have to you have to think of it and you are also building and strengthening a muscle in you when you do that. Don't do it all the time, but choose your battles. Choose when you want to fight and choose when, you know what, I need to teach myself patience. I need to teach myself sometimes I need to shut up. You know, maybe one day you're going to be faced with the president and you hate him and you can't say anything. So these little things equip you and prepare you for the big things.
Well, this I agree. But كتير أمرار, it's like when this is the thing that you're being told, even from family, like إنه خلص إنه ما عليه بيمشي الحال وتكبر عليك. No, fuck it. ما بدي أكبر عليه.
صح.
وأنا كتير, we're very similar. And أنا كتير, I like to challenge. I don't like to stay where I am.
Yeah.
كتير أمرار, when I say something wrong, I say it, I do it. أمرار, I resist or I don't do it.
Yeah.
خلص, that's just how I am.
You can get them used to it.
You know,
if it's the same department in your life, like مش إنه something new.
Oh.
Like, you know, let's say if this was always family oriented, and خلاص, this is how Karim will act, you need to get used to it. Karim will not change.
100%.
But then in new departments of life, when you are challenged with the same thing, that's when you can tell yourself, okay, so there's a part of my life where I فشخل, maybe this is the one I need to prepare myself for.
Well, I think my family is very giving up. مش giving up on me, but أنا كتير, as they would say, كتير بارد, like كتير, like in a lot of situations.
Are you the youngest child?
Middle.
You're the middle.
Well, 2 sisters.
Yeah, like me. Oh, not like me. I am not the brother. But no, I'm the eldest sister, and then my brother's in the middle, and then my
another sister. Yeah.
So the same as you.
So I'm your brother.
You are. You're like
brother.
my Steve.
I mean, I am your Steve.
You are your
Hey, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, no. I think again we all have different coping mechanisms with different things.
Yeah, he's quiet and reserved as fuck, and he is triggered like that when he gets angry. Like, he's never, but he can throw a table. Yeah. He's also quite tall.
I think me and him are quite similar.
Yeah, just different color palettes.
Definitely. I'm like the wall. He's
blonde and blue eyes.
He's a bit more table-like.
Table-like, yeah. Got a little tan going on.
Yeah. So to wrap up the episode, and it's been honestly, like I loved it. Honestly, like
Me too.
Like genuinely, I feel like so filled with energy, and I always do. But today it feels like a fresh breather that I needed. So, as we usually end all Koon Rijjeil episodes,
give me.
I'm going to pass you the notebook. What I want you to do is I want you to write a quote that you think so write a quote that you think every Arab man or man should read and think that they should live by or think that this will help them at some point in their life. Make it your own. I thought you were going to write Steph because that's usually how all Stephanies sign off.
I don't like the name Steph. It's one syllable and it has no zhuzh. And I'm all zhuzh, so.
That's very true.
Yeah, Steph. Bob.
Steph. Yeah,
Bob.
Brahim for Bob. Bob for Brahim. Like,
Brahim is nicer than Bob.
Okay. No, but I never understood it's like شخص مرحبا.
I don't know.
There's no way. There's no way. You cannot
I can't convince you.
No, you can't. So,
okay.
Plastic cup story.
Plastic cup story. All right. So,
before we wrap up.
To give you insight on who I was as a kid growing up, when I was 13 or 14, we were all sitting at my best friend's house, and her mom was talking to us about Seat al-Binat. Her reputation. Don't kiss the boys. Don't wear too much story. Your skirt so short. So I was listening to her literally. I think I was eating popcorn or something. Like I want you to visual me going like,
you're
like
literally,
what?
You're literally like that Michael Jackson gif of him eating popcorn.
Yeah, full on. وأنا like no, my eyebrows were. I was like, what? I was like, what do you mean? Who's talking about me?
Yeah.
Who is talking about me?
Who the fuck is
So
talking
then
about
she was like, إيه ستيفاني بدك تفهمي إنه صيت البنت مثل صيت كباية الإزاز بس تنكسر الكل فيه يشوف الهيدا. So I was like, يلي مش عايشبه كباية الإزاز ينقبل يروح يشتري كباية بلاستيك.
Literally.
I was 14 years old and that's how I used to talk. I didn't give a fuck about what people said about me because I was raised in that way. And
Exactly.
I really think also it's biological. يعني it's both. It's
Both,
environment and it's nature and nurture.
100%.
You know, so yeah, from the age of 13, 14, I was like, tuz. And a few days ago, I had an incident where someone said something bad about me. I was like, what? Literally, look now, even I was like, what? You cannot say anything bad. You might not like a certain type of behavior because, no,
I mean, not everyone likes everything.
you can't like everyone, yeah. But to come say something bad, no, you cannot do this one.
That's not cool at all.
That's not cool at all. So then I was like, عمون منيح بالبحر. Do well, people will talk. Do bad, people will talk. So please, فتنا فيها. So please live your life for you, regardless of what you think other people are going to say, because it's not about them, and we're all going to die.
100%, we're all going to die.
Thank you.
And I think the same hadith always goes for men as well. Like, دايما بيجي بيقول لك إنه يعني الشاب لازم يكون جانسيل وابن عائلة وشو اسمه هيدا مرتاح like خلاص like it's too much to keep thinking about every day. Just fucking break out of your shell, live your life, be you, and screw the world. Honestly,
yeah. If you want to focus on something, focus on what to cook every day because that's a very difficult decision.
That's very true, actually. So, Stephanie, thank you for being on Koon Rijjeil. It was a pleasure having you.
Likewise.
Catch you guys on the next one.
An hour?
An